You got him for abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network as we go wide open and some bump drafting action with the Extreme Motorsports 99. We are coming to you live from Talladega Superspeedway for the Fred's Pharmacy 250 for round number 11 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro K&N Series, brought to you by iRacing Broadcast Overlay and Graphics iBog. Check them out at ibog.co. I am a commentator, Sean Zilu. I am joined by my good friend and producer, Dave Everly. How are you doing tonight?
Doing great. How you doing, Sean?
Oh, I am doing good too, thank you. Just ready to get this action on the racing surface. These guys have some heavy feet. They have shown that all season long. And tonight they definitely will have a chance to put those feet down through the floorboards and put down as, all the way up to 270, 210 miles an hour at max speeds. But Dave, tell us a little bit about tonight's race, please, otherwise.
Well, we are here at Talladega Superspeedway, 2.5 mile plate track. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, 3 wide pack racing here at Talladega. Taking a look at the weather, 78 degrees with a track temperature of 104, wind out of the north at 2 miles an hour under partly cloudy conditions.
And we have a 50% fuel limit, or the drivers have a 50% fuel limit, that is 50%, which gives us approximately 3 required pit stops in order for the drivers to be able to make the full length of the race, 80 laps, that is 80 with a 50% fuel limit. So this will make things extra interesting. Just a little bit of recap from last week's race. The United 70 at New Hampshire Speedway had Garrett Robinson bring it home for a second win. That is Garrett Robinson. Hunter McDaniel came out second. Marty Ray came out third. Cody McFadden fourth. Adam Eisenhower fifth. Michael Snow sixth. Caleb Daniels seventh. Derek Staliker eighth. Ralph Vanderforst ninth. And Andy Starcher did round up the top 10. And in that race, Hunter McDaniel did take the pole and led us to our first green flag. And the fast Nant-Banks track encouraged a lot of drivers to make passes early, as the tire wear did end up taking a toll in the later stages. It became a one-groove track, which made passing extremely difficult and the high side more preferable. And that did work well with Mr. High Side himself, 66 of Ralph Vanderforst here this season. And the Turn 2 war did claim a lot of drivers as some machines became extra pushy over time. And so many battles on the track as drivers tried to get the most points possible, because with no chase, points matter more than ever. And contact between Don Kidder and Dirk Staliker towards the very end with 4 laps remaining did end the race under caution, bringing it down to Garrett Robinson, Hunter McDaniel, Marty Ray, Cody McFadden, and Adam Eisenhower. Well, moving on to our current point standings, we have Hunter McDaniel still leading in points. Hunter McDaniel still leading. Ralph Vanderforst still second. Cody McFadden still third. Marty Ray still fourth. Garrett Robinson going from 6th to 5th this week. Travis Pryor going from 5th place down to 6th this week. Gary Woolbot still 7th in points. Adam Eisenhower from 9th place to 8th. Joshua Gillen and Andy Starcher both tied for 9th. And Tommy Amasi rounding up the top 10, going from 8th place to 10th place this week. Well, once again, we are here at Talladega Superspeedway, and griding is almost beginning. The red flag ending qualifying has now flown, and so far our post hitter is last week's winner, 97 of Garrett Robinson. And ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize. Last week and all season long pretty much I've been talking about the upcoming chase during this Pro Can-N series, but I actually forgot about that. I do apologize once again. This Pro Can-N series does not have a chase. The chase is only for the Truck Series, Xfinity Series, and also the Cup Series on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays here with the Extreme Motorsports 99. So here this season it's only going to be a 15-week schedule with 2 drop weeks. So only 13 of the 15 races these drivers put down will count, and the 2 worst races will be dropped. So that definitely works with everybody and not against anybody out there. And we see you guys in the chat. Thank you for watching. We have Timothy Petito. Good to see there, Timothy. We have Going Fishing TV. Good to see there, Going Fishing. Pat T, as usual, rooting on the 81 of Travis Pryor. Connor Cunningham, rooting on Andrew Riley, 31 of Andrew Riley. Let's see who else. ibog.c. Oh, good to see you there, Jason. It's been so long. It's finally good to see you. Yep, and that's pretty much it for now. I don't see anybody else, but ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the chat, let us know who you're rooting for tonight. This can be anybody's race. This is Talladega. It's all about the teamwork and the draft work. So teamwork is definitely going to be very key, more than it's ever been at any other track that we've raced this season with the Pro Can-N series. And so far, once again, still on the pole is 97 of Garrett Robinson. We have the 86 of Adam Eisenhower starting second. 65 of Marty Ray starting third. The 64 of Cody McFadden fourth. 31 of Andrew Riley fifth. Jason Eisenhower sixth. Travis Pryor seventh. Caleb Daniels eighth. Thomas Joes Jr., that's a new driver, ninth. 11 of Ken Ladd 10th. Brandon Slow 11th. Rick Mason 12th, Michael Snow 13th, Brent Kuo, Driver for Diabetes Awareness 14th, 48th of Christopher Smith 15th, David White 16th, Chris Gillum 17th, Brian Wasserman 18th, Tommy Amasi 19th, Gary Woolbot 20th, and that so far does round up the top 20. Hunter McDaniel starting 21st, Timothy McBride 22nd, Don Kidder Jr. 23rd, and Andy Starcher 24th, being the final driver qualifying. And Ralph Vanderforst, Dirk Staliker, and Eli Green will be rounding up the rest of the field, giving us a 27 car field here tonight. for the Fred's Pharmacy 250 at Talladega Super Speedway, and Eli Green returning driver. I haven't seen Eli Green in so long, but we definitely will be checking in with him before too long. But going back up front, we are still being led by Garrett Robinson so far with the 65 of Marty Ray on his rear end. On the outside is Adam Eisenhower being assisted by 64 of Cody McFadden. Well, 80 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, 3 required pit stops for the drivers in order for them to be able to be successful here tonight. And the teamwork will definitely play a key factor. We have some drivers who have some teammates out there, but some are running solo. So we see a lot of drivers just depending on themselves and using other drivers to try and bring it home. It is possible. We have seen it done multiple times. Exiting turn 4 this time by pace car, dips off. Robinson still holding pace speed. Marty Ray bunching it nice and tight right behind him. The green flag will fly here shortly. Adam Eisenhower trying to side draft him already. Green flag flies. 97 Robinson puts it on the floor. Marty Ray sees it coming on the outside line. Adam Eisenhower with the help of his form Cody McFadden. But Cody was caught leaving quite a bit before entering turn number 1. They are not hooked up just yet. 31 Andrew Riley right behind. 65 of Marty Ray with help of the 81 of Travis Pryor. And we are green for Fred's Pharmacy 250.
That's right, green flag racing, pack racing, Talladega. We are going to see 3 wide. Good thing is these cars are wicked fast out here. These are the K&N cars, the old Cup cars. So these guys will get up to almost 200 mile an hour.
Oh, they will exceed 200 miles an hour. They will most likely even get close, hopefully close to 210 miles an hour. And the good thing about 31 Andrew dips off the track. He is backing that sucker down. That is not a scheduled pit stop from what I could tell, but he is pitting in this time by. Something's most likely going wrong. Very, very unfortunately for Andrew Riley. Hopefully gets everything sorted out and gets back out onto the track here before too long, as he is on pit road as we speak. And going back up front, Adam Eisenhower being left out high and dry by everybody. 65 Marty Ray jumps up to the outside to assist Adam Eisenhower, and the outside will propel past the inside 97 of Robinson. And we have some drivers trying to make some moves so far. Looks like that's going to be the 36 of Jason Eisenhower behind his brother, Adam Eisenhower. They did seem to, Jason wanted to go 3 wide, but ended up just backing it down and riding in line so far right in front of the 10 of Caleb Daniels. And Caleb is trying to have an amazing finish, amazing race here tonight. The better these drivers finish, the more points they get. 15-week schedule here this season with 2 drop weeks. So it's going to make things extra interesting. For the back in the pack, the 4 of Michael Snow having a Sunday drive behind the 18 of Rick Mason on the inside line.
Yeah, this is a place that you can just ride. We do have 80 laps here at Talladega, so they've got some time. So no real big hurry getting up front. We got 3 wide here with Michael Snow, the 88 of Brandon Slow. Also, well, looks like it went back to double file here. So they are just kind of trying to get single file here. It doesn't look like the outside line's making too many moves right now, Sean.
Yeah, absolutely. And looks like that 3 wide action was caused by 36 of Jason Eisenhower, who chose to get out of line and go to the back of the pack. Maybe he's seeing something he doesn't like. Maybe he's seeing that it's getting too crazy up there. It's not really getting crazy up there, but he is electing to go at the back. Or maybe he just might be going back there to pick up one of his teammates. But we are about to find out either way, one way or the other. But for the back in the pack, zone 95 of Chris Gillam being pushed by 72 of Brian Wasserman. Wasserman to the outside, and Gillam is right behind 57 Hunter McDaniel, our current point leader, who has been for the last 2 to 3 races. And Cody Dave is very hungry to try and take back what was rightfully his, which was that pole position in points.
Yeah, most definitely. But as I said, Sean, we got a long race here because this is a 2.5 mile, even though they are getting up over 190, almost 200 mile an hour. Actually over 200 mile an hour. Still got a long race because these guys' lap times are only 47, right about the 47-second range. So, you know, they're still only doing about 1 lap every minute.
And Dave, touching on what you talked about, this being a long race, so still a long way to go. We have drivers already breaking up in 2 packs of their own. 95 Chris Gillum, 59 McDaniel, 03 Don Kidder Jr., 72 Brian Wasserman. These guys broken up in a pack of their own as a 4-man team. They are being shown about roughly 0.8 of a second behind the lead pack, which is still in draft range, so they are still in luck. And right behind them again, a little bit of a third pack being led by 5 of Gary Woobot, who is being pushed by the 19 of Andy Starcher. This is a 2-man team only, and for the back of the pack with a driver lagging back, that's 36 of Jason Eisenhower. Looks like he's actually in luck, because he is being caught by another pack. 47 of Dirk Staliger, 25 Timothy McBrayer, and the 66 of Ralph Vanderforst.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you need to get into a pack. You cannot run solo here at Talladega. It will be disastrous if you try to run solo.
Yep, absolutely. And with some 3 wide in this pack, 36 of Jason Eisenhower was taken 3 wide, but they are now back double wide. So Jason continues to go from, he went from front to mid-pack to the back of the pack, and keeps dropping. I'm not sure if he's having some difficulties that we don't know about, or maybe he's still trying to somehow, go back to a teammate for the back in the pack, but it seems to be a little bit unlikely at this point. He's finally caught up to the rear end of Ralph Vanderforst, and they will start bump drafting here before too long. For the back in the pack, Eli Green being shown right behind 45 of Thomas Joels Jr., a new driver here on tonight's race at Talladega Super Speedway. And Andrew Riley is now back out on the track, but being shown 4 laps down in 27th.
Well, I tell you what, going back up front though, these guys are switching positions. Cody McFadden, your new leader. Right now, Marty Ray second, Travis Pryor up into the 3rd position, Adam Eisenhower 4th, Ken Ladd up into the 5th position as that outside lane's making a charge.
Yep, the outside lane is usually the place to be, usually the preferred race groove for most drivers. It does get those slingshots. It is the fastest way, or the longest way around the racing surface. At the same time, you do get the benefit of those slingshot exiting those turns. It does look good, and you will be able to usually lead laps if you stay hooked up to the driver who is pushing on you. And Marty Ray right now taking over the push of Cody McFadden on the outside so far. Looks like Adam Eisenhower and the 10 of Daniels trying to make it work. Nope, 3 wide, 10 of Daniels, 48 of Christopher Smith going 3 wide, splitting the 86 of Adam Eisenhower.
Yep, 3 wide. They're leaving Eisenhower out. Wow, they are making moves there. 144, also Brent Cole up there. Usually see him in the 14 machine, but he is in the 144 tonight, as he is out here just running at him. Oh, big wreck in the leaders, big wreck.
Oh, that involved Cody McFadden, 65 of Marty Ray, 86 Adam Eisenhower, 48 of Christopher Smith, and the 05 of Tommy Amasi getting a piece of the action. Let's back it up on Adam Eisenhower and see what happened.
Well, as I take a look here at Adam Eisenhower, he was 3 wide. Oh, contact between him, Cody McFadden, the 10 of Daniels, 48. Wow, big wreck. But I tell you what, Eisenhower went for a barrel roll here. Let's see if we can get a different view from the blimp here. But, 3 wide, just unfortunate contact there, and that caused a big one out front. And those ones out front, man, they are hard to miss. But I tell you what, the 81 of Travis Pryor got through that. There was a bunch of cars wrecked. Let's take an in-car here with Adam Eisenhower. Let's see his in-car of this crash. Wow, that was a violent crash, but hopefully they'll be able to get down pit road and get these damages repaired. But that is going to leave us up front, the 65 Marty Ray. He is our new race leader right now, followed by the 81 of Travis Pryor, as we are now 71 laps to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved. But definitely could have been a lot worse. And at tracks like these, we usually see more flipping than we do at all other tracks. And here, the first victim of flight was Adam Eisenhower. so hopefully he's going to be the only victim tonight. But going back up front, Marty Ray being shown a new leader going down pit road this time. By leads everybody down pit road. Oh, actually looks like he has missed his pits though. He will try and back up. He's being blocked by 97 Robinson. He does back up into his pit stall, but that's going to cost him a lot of time and the lead before exiting. We have a new viewer in the chat, Dave, James Wormsley and NASCAR Painter. Good to see you guys.
Well, Sean, that's going to give Ken Ladd the lead. He is going to be the first off of pit road. Andy Starcher right behind him. Rick Mason, Travis Pryor, Don Kidder Jr., Hunter McDaniel, Garrett Robinson, Thomas Jowers Jr., Eli Green, and Gary Wobolt are going to be your top 10 off of pit road.
Yep, that definitely has shaken things up. A lot of drivers up front were collected in that. It's like Dave, I talked about, once a wreck happens up front, usually collects the greater of the field, the majority of the field. But a good thing for the drivers, ladies and gentlemen, here in the Pro Can-Am Series, they do have 2 backup machines. So they will be able to get one of those 2 backup cars, and we'll be back out here before too long. And that caution caught somebody at a very good time. Dave 31, Andrew Riley back to 3 laps down from 4 laps down. And NASCAR Painter, the painter of the 4 of Michael Snow. He definitely has some very good paint schemes from you there, NASCAR.
Yeah, he was asking about Michael if he got through there, but he's got some right side damage. He was also asking about the 88 of Brandon Slow. Slow doesn't look like there's too much damage on that car, so he may have made it through there, but he's currently running back in 17th position.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking at it right now, it doesn't seem as though Brandon has a single scratch on that beast, so it looks like he was able to get around that unscratched. So that was a great driving on Brandon Slow's part, and this would be a good time to get a race interview in. So let's focus on one of the front runners up here. Let's focus on the 18 of Rick Mason. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined by the 18 of Rick Mason up in the Dre broadcast booth. Get up there, Rick.
I got you.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Oh, doing good too, thank you. Just enjoying the show you guys are putting on up here. So much battling going on. But how's the race going so far, man?
It's been going pretty good. I've been able to keep up with the leaders here and made it past that melee. And so, all in all, I'm doing good.
Oh, copy that. Very glad to hear that. And Rick, this track is all about the draft. It's all about the teamwork. In order for you to be successful, I mean, you can be successful without teammates, but do you have anybody you're working with tonight who should expect to see you within Victory Lane?
Well, I've been working with Ken here, you know, about the last 6 or 7 laps, and it's been working well. You know, we're seem to stay up with each other and have a good flow going. So I think I'm going to stay there as long as I can.
Oh, copy. That sounds like a plan. You are both amazing drivers, and with that said, you know you have what it takes to bring this thing home here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway. So wish you the best of luck, Rick. You are doing good so far, staying alive, and that is the most important thing. So we look forward to seeing you and your teammate 11 of Ken Ladd in Victory Lane. Have fun, guys, and good luck.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
That was the 18 of Rick Mason, currently second place right behind the driver he's working with today, the 11 of Ken Ladd, first and second. And we are coming to green this time by, yes we are, lights and pace car do turn off. 11 of Ken Ladd starting on the inside, on the outside will be 18 of Rick Mason. Oh, look, we have some drivers getting the wave around, so it's going to jack up things a little bit. But 11 of Ken Ladd will be starting on the inside with the help of the 81 of Travis Pryor. 18 Rick Mason on the outside with the help of the 03 of Don Kidder Jr. We are going green for the second time this time by. Let's get it done.
Yep, it's green flag time, so waiting to see. I can't wait for the green flag pit stops. I say it week in, week out, Sean, but I love watching these guys green flag pit stop. 190 mile an hour all the way down to a pit speed of 60 mile an hour.
Yep, we have seen so many things go wrong on pit entrance. because of the drivers slamming on those brakes. Those front tires will end up locking up. After that, you will lose control of the rotation of the machine, which could be very, very disastrous. But absolutely, that will make things very, very interesting. And Dave's famous saying, the green flag pit-stops do separate the men from the boys. So we'll see exactly what happens as soon as we see them kick in, because tonight we will see green flag pit-stops. We always do with the Extreme Motorsports Pro KNN series. So that will be very, very good to see. And right now, drivers getting by up nice and tight, entering turn 3, exiting turn 4 here shortly, going green this time by.
Yes, they come out of turn number 4. We are waiting on the pace car to make that hard left. Pace car out of 4 now, coming towards the entrance to pit road. We are going to see setting these monsters back, racing, as the pace car dips down into pit road. Ken Ladd controlling the restart, keeping it down as he gets hard on that throttle. But I tell you what, looked like Brandon Slow there might have missed a shift, because there was a hard checkup. Rick Mason there, he definitely was not hard on that throttle, as there was a checkup behind him as the front 3 just pulled away.
Absolutely very, very bad restart indeed for the 18 of Rick Mason and the drivers behind him. But right now, Rick is trying to get it back up to speed behind 03 Don Kidder and ahead of 97 of Garrett Robinson. And right behind Robinson is going to be the 45 of Thomas Jewels, who is being pushed by the 13 of Eli Green. The drivers getting bunched up together to try and work for a common good, which is catching up to those leaders out there and trying their best to make up as much time as they can. And Dave, so many drivers have come a long way already. 03 Don Kidder from 23rd to 5th, Hunter McDonough from 21st to 3rd, and Eli Green from 27th to 8th.
Yeah, they are moving up, so everybody pretty much came down pit road that time, so we're about even on tires. Nobody's staying out or elected not to take fuel here. It looks like the 03 of Don Kidder Jr. gets a good run, starting to make that outside line work. The 97 of Garrett Robinson is going to come with him, as they are working now on the 18 of Rick Mason.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the previous builds of here on iRacing, 2 drivers could really do some damage in the process of drafting, but now two machines don't do as much good anymore. They do stay unhooked. Basically, there's a bubble in between them, and they do have to rely on a third machine to be behind that second machine to keep him on the back bumper of the first machine. And 3 wide out from 03 Kidder Jr., 97 Robinson, 3 wide on the 11 of Ken Ladd and 57 Hunter McDaniel. And they are being joined by the 45 of Thomas Jewels Jr. and also the 13 of Eli Green. 4 drivers out on the outside line, 2 in the middle, and 2 on the bottom lane.
There's a whole line in that third lane there, Sean. But it looks like Ken Ladd was able to drop down and get in front of the 81 of Travis Pryor. We are back 2 wide racing.
Yep, and 03 still determined to try and lead some laps here before too long, but so far they are struggling. 45 of Jewels Jr. and Eli Green have backed off of him, and because of that they will suffer. They will pay the price, and the inside lane is more bunched up than the outside lane, so it's basically 2 cars on the outside versus 4 cars on the inside lane. 11 of Ken Ladd still leading, 57 Hunter McDaniel second, 81 Travis Pryor third, 03 Kidder Jr. still 4th on the outside, hustling, trying his best to get back up to the best he can for the back. The 5 of Gary Woolbot is in this mix. And Dave, so far, the inside seems to be getting more bunched up and more boxed in than the outside.
Yep, but these guys really no big hurry. Still got 64 laps to go. Probably have about 1 or 2 more pit stops, so they're just kind of riding here, getting a feel for the track, getting a feel for the drivers here. Only 1 caution here so far, and that was a big wreck, because that happened up front. But these guys are now in hitting excess of 203 mile an hour.
And Dave, we have a second pack here that has been formed, being led by 25 of Timothy McGrayer, being pushed by the 144 of Brand Cool. We have the 64 of Cody McFadden so far trying to catch up as well. 95 Chris Gillum, 10 of Caleb Daniels, leading a little bit of a pack as well. We can kind of consider this as a third pack. Adam Eisenhower getting left out high and dry by the 4 of Michael Snow, 48 of Christopher Smith, and the 10 of Daniels. And 19 of Andy Starcher as well is in this mixed third here, fourth on the inside of this third pack. And Adam will have a chance to fall back in line to avoid losing more spots, more time, and momentum. And he finally does so in between Brandon Slow and Ralph Vanderforst, or I should say the 19 of Andy Starcher, sorry. And the 13 of Eli Green going from front to back at a fast rate. And Dave, last time we checked, Eli Green was racing 3 wide up front in about 6th place, but now something happened to him. He has dropped all the way back to 17th.
But the only thing is, Sean, we've seen it time and time again. Just because they drop back does not mean they ain't going to make it back up to the front.
That's a very, very good point. I always have to remember that it's not over until it's over. Anything can happen. We have some new viewers in the chat as well. We have Wise Logistics. Good to see you there, Wise. And Abbas Ladak. Great to see you checking back in. Oh, we have some trouble on the track, Dave. 11 of Ken Ladd in the grass. That checked up the field big time for the back of the pack. Let's back up on Ken Ladd, Dave, and see what happened.
Well, as we go back to the Dre Broadcasting Instant Replay here, focusing on the 11 of Ken Ladd. He did get in the grass, so let's take a look here and see exactly what happened. Looks like coming out of turn number 4. He was, oh, it looks like maybe a bad push there between him and the 57 of Hunter McDaniel. So, but unfortunately Ken Ladd got the worst of it. He went in the grass.
Absolutely, and man, that was very weird, I should say, because when I looked at that incident there, Hunter McDaniel was square on the back bumper of Ken Ladd, and still, surprisingly, they were able to hook each other. That was very unfortunate indeed for Ken Ladd, and Hunter McDaniel in the field did check up Dave for the back in the pack due to expecting a caution to come out, but the caution did not fly because they were able to save it. And because of that, now the field is even more spread out than it was to begin with. So that will be very, very bad for all those drivers who backed off, expecting to see a wreck. Once again, very unfortunate indeed. And for the back in the pack, 25 with Timothy McBrayer has finally caught up to this lead pack. The pack is, the first 2 packs are now become one big pack all over again. And Timothy McBrayer signed by the 48 of Chris Smith.
Yeah, so taking a look here, looks like the last car, well, we got another pack air starting to catch up. So we have a really good pack. Looks like 16 cars in that pack. Our next car off pace is going to be the 36 of Jason Eisenhower. But he's got Ralph Vandervorst, Eli Green, and let's see, who else is in there? The 66 of Ralph Vandervorst. All starting to gain on him, so these guys are starting to gain on him, but unfortunately the 11 of Ken Ladd running back in 20th with no help, running all by himself.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate indeed for those drivers. We will have to check in. We will check in with them before the race ends. Maybe they might have some issues going on that we don't know about when it comes to the handling or the performance of their machines. So we'll find out here before too long. And yep, Jason Eisenhower right now is with 13 of Eli Green side by side, but they have Ralph Vanderforst and Adam Eisenhower here in this pack. Actually, that's the 05 of Tommy Amasi. Tommy Amasi was unfortunately involved in the first incident that brought up the caution, and is, as we speak, being shown 24th place, 1 lap down, trying his best to get his lap back the hard way. But Dave, so far, the driver who is eligible for Lucky Dog, if the caution comes out, is the 86 of Adam Eisenhower.
Yeah, he's up here in this lead pack, so he's in a good spot that if the yellow comes out, being able to get back on that lead lap there. So he is just kind of riding here, biding his time, because Chris Gillum is the next one. But I'll tell you what, he's not too far off, so he's got to watch. Cody McFadden also right there still in the mix.
Yep, that's the competition right now. The drivers who are lap down race for the Lucky Dog. You have 2 of them you talked about, Eisenhower and Gillum. Or 59 River Bus spun out sideways. They're wrecking the track. 25 Timothy McBrayer is well involved in this mix. Holy cow. If we can, let's back up on 59 of David White and see what happened.
Well, as we pull up the Dre Broadcasting Instant Replay, focusing here on the 59. Let's see if we can see. Looks like he got a little squirrely. Oh, he got into the outside wall. Come down into the 25 of Tim McBrayer. Yeah, he just got into that outside wall and it shot him down there, causing a big checkup and a multiple car wreck here, Sean.
Oh, absolutely. Very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved in that wreck, ladies and gentlemen. And good thing for Adam Eisenhower, he was able to benefit from this. He was able to stay out of trouble, so he is eligible for Lucky Dog. The driver who was behind him, Chris Gillum, was caught up in the wreck. So, I mean, he wasn't going to be eligible for Lucky Dog, but Adam was able to get around him. And right now, Chris Gillum does have a dent of a lifetime in the rear end of that machine. He was really rear-ended due to these machines not having brake lights when they were trying to slow down for the wreck. But going back up front, we are being led by Garrett Robinson. Second place is 45, Thomas Jules Jr., who has come a long way. He was further back in the pack. He qualified 9th, went to back, and is back up in second place. Travis Pryor 3rd, Don Cater Jr. 4th, and Rick Mason in that 5th place position. And so far, the drivers have 15 laps on their tanks. So are they going down pit road? Yep, Garrett is leading everybody down pit road. Yes, we do have some drivers deciding to stay out. 05, Tommy Amasi staying out to most likely get that wave round with 1 to go. Or maybe it's because pit entrance is not open yet for them. Because when you are a lap down, it takes an extra lap before pit road is open for you. So we have Tommy Amasi, Cody McFadden, Chris Gillum, Christopher Smith, and 36, Jason Eisenhower, and Caleb Daniels all behind the pace car. And all these drivers have one thing in common. They are all 1 lap down, so they are all either staying out to pit in next time by or get the wave round with 1 lap to go.
I tell you what, the 81 of Travis Pryor had a heck of a pit stop. He was able to come out of pit road in first, Thomas Jowers 2nd, Don Cater Jr. 3rd, Marty Ray 4th, Garrett Robinson coming out in 5th, and Andy Starcher 6th, Brian Wasserman 7th, Dirt Staliker in 8th, Hunter McDaniel 9th, Gary Robert rounding out your top 10.
Yep, congrats to those drivers, and yep, Travis Pryor taking over the race lead here on lap number 26. And this does give us some time to get a race interview, and let's focus on a driver I've been spoken to in a very long time. He hasn't been racing. That's 13 of Eli Green. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined by the 13 of Eli Green up in the Dre Broadcasting booth. Good to come there, Eli.
Yep.
How are you doing tonight?
Good. How about you?
Oh, doing good too, thank you. And Eli, man, we have not seen you in so long. We missed you, man. How have you been?
Good. I've just been sitting around helping other people.
Oh, 10 for that is a very bad thing, but it's very, very good to see you returning to us. We saw you running up front there early on. But then 2 laps after, you were 3 wide on the outside line for the lead. We noticed you ended up dropping the back of the pack. What was going on there? Did you just decide to get out of that mess?
Well, I went to go into the turn and I hit the wall a little bit. It slowed me down and I just let everybody go by.
Oh, copy. I'm very sorry to hear about that, and we definitely did not catch that. So we are glad that you clarified that. And you are now back here after starting 27th, man. You were up there in 6th place, which was very, very impressive. And we see you have a full room. You seem to be working with the Firebase Racing team. So we should expect to see you working with them all night long tonight.
Yeah, they got some bunch of people down here in TeamSpeak, so.
10 for Eli. Well, Eli, once again, it's very, very good to see you back. It's been way too long, and we are glad that you are doing okay. So keep doing exactly what you're doing, and see you in victory lane. Good luck.
Thank you.
And that was Eli Green working with the Firebase Racing team. In this team, we do have Caleb Daniels, Eli Green, Thomas George Jr., Christopher Smith, and I believe that is pretty much it. Yep, so Christopher Smith, Thomas George Jr., Eli Green, and Caleb Daniels as a 4-man team. That is perfect right there. That's going to be extra speed on those straight stretches. But going back up front, yep, Travis Pryor still leading, and yeah, the drivers who I talked about, only 3 drivers stayed out. The drivers who were lapped down, Tommy Amasi, Cody McFadden, and also Jason Eisenhower to get 1 lap back with 1 to green. But Dave, the downside to this is that they have so many laps on their tires, and once they get that waiver on the pace car and this thing goes green, that is going to be bad news for them.
Yeah, most definitely so. Well, it looks like Tommy or Eisenhower thought about going down the pit road, elected not to. So he is going to stay active back on the lead lap. That is going to give us, once again, 23 cars back on the lead lap.
Most definitely, we will be coming to 1 to green this time by. If not, it will give us some time for another interview. Yep, we are now back 1 to green, ladies and gentlemen. Jason Eisenhower around the pace car, Cody McFadden around the pace car, and 05 of Tommy Emasi. Like Dave, I talked about 23 drivers back on the lead lap, and next driver in line for the lucky dog, if a customer were to come out again, would be the 95 of Chris Gillum. And Chris Gillum still rocking his rear end dent, but his machine will still be going nice and strong regardless. He has a heavy foot, and that is all you need. Heavy foot and a lot of draft help, and you will be and can be successful at a track like this. But going back up front, Travis Pryor leading the 03 of Don Kerry Jr. on his rear end of the inside line. On the outside is 45 of Thomas Jewers Jr. with the help of the 65 of Marty Ray, and that is first through fourth, respectively. And just a little bit of an observation here, Don Killer has come a long way already from 23rd to 3rd as we speak, gaining 20 spots overall. Andy Starcher from 19th place to 6th, Brian Wasserman 18th place to 7th, Dirk Staliker. Dirk had a very, very rough night last week at New Hampshire, but tonight definitely he is hoping it's going to be way different in a better way. And he is being shown in 8th place after starting in 27th, pretty much dead last. And he has come a very, very long way here tonight. Once again, exiting turn 4, going green, this time by with 53 laps remaining on lap 28. And Abbas Sladak, enjoy your broadcast, and very, very good to see you, buddy. And the pace car is off. Drivers getting bunched up nice and tight. 03 Kitty Jr. 96.5 Marty Ray getting bunched up. The drivers are going to be pushing. The green flag flies. They open down the floor. The 03 of Kitty Jr. is costing them quite a bit. But Gary Roberts at the rescue of 03 of Kitty Jr. behind the 81 up front. The caution flies here on lap number 29. Looks like there was some trouble on the restart. We will back it up and see who might have been involved.
Well, that looks like that is going to involve the 36 of Jason Eisenhower, so we are going to go back here, take a look, see if we can see what happened on that restart. Focusing on the 36, looks like he was a little behind the field there. Coming to the restart, oh, just got a little too fast, had to lock the brakes up, and unfortunately locked them up and went into the outside wall. That's going to extend the caution.
Yeah, but unfortunately indeed for every single driver involved. Well, not involved, Jason Eisenhower, absolutely. He just slammed on the brakes and putting himself in the wall to avoid getting into the back of other drivers. Great sportsmanship, but very unfortunate indeed for Jason Eisenhower. And hopefully he's going to be able to make it down pit road because his machine is smoking way too much. But fingers crossed for Jason Eisenhower. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now here on lap number 30 with about 51 laps remaining, so we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick commercial break so you guys can get your first run of popcorn and refreshments and a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Don't let your first date be your last. Visit People Against Distracted Driving at PADD.org.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fred's Pharmacy 250 part of round number 11 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro K&N series, brought to you by iRacing Broadcast Overlay and Graphics iBog. That is ibog.co with Jason Allison. We're going back to the race, ladies and gentlemen. We are still being led by Travis Pryor, 45, Thomas George Jr. still second, 03 John Kidder Jr. third, 65 Marty Ray fourth, and Garrett Robinson in the fifth place spot. We are now back one to green. Travis Pryor with the help of the 03 John Kidder Jr. On the outside is 45 of Thomas Jones Jr. being pushed by the 65 of Marty Ray. Pretty much the exact same restart we had the last restart. Under this caution, nobody chose to go down pit road. So all the drivers did stay out, except for, actually the top 17 drivers stayed out, except for Eli Green, Ken Ladd, Adam Eisenhower, Cody McFadden, Chris Gillum, and Tommy Amasi. So, and that caution did catch a lot of drivers at a very good time, namely Adam Eisenhower, Cody McFadden, Chris Gillum, and Tommy Amasa. They were able to get back on the lead lap and be back on the same strategy as everybody else. So it definitely worked in their favor with them. And entering turn 3 this time by going green.
Yep, ready to go back. Green flag racing here at Fred's Pharmacy 250. Talladega Super Speedway with the Extreme Motorsports 99.com K&N Series, sponsored by iBog. Definitely check out. They are your one-stop source for your iRacing broadcast overlays and graphics. Once again, check them out at ibog.co as we are getting ready to go back green flag racing here at Talladega. Waiting on the pace car to dip off. Pace car is off. We are going green. 81, Travis Pryor controlling the restart. He is on the inside. Thomas Jowers Jr. on the outside. Looks like the green flag flies and off they go. They put the hammer down, set those V8s off in action as they are pounding those pistons against the engine case and picking up speed.
And the outside line going from 19 of Andy Starcher all the way back. They were caught sleeping. That's very unfortunate for them, but they are trying their best to get back up to speed here. Still getting up to speed as we speak. And Andy Starcher right outside by side of 57 Hunter McDaniel on the outside. 97 Robinson jumps up there to assist the outside line more than the inside line. Pushing on the 65 of Marty Ray here before too long. 3 machines on the outside versus 2 machines on the inside line. 81 Travis Pryor and the 03 of Don Kidder Jr. There is a bubble in between them, and they are not hooked.
Yeah, as we are approaching the halfway point here. Actually, we now have 47 laps to go. 7 laps from the halfway point. So these guys are kicking up speed. They're already up over 195 mile an hour now.
Oh, 81 Travis Pryor, they've got sideways off the track. Oh man, he somehow wheels that machine back to safety. Oh man, that was not looking too good for Travis Pryor. But Dave, if we can, let's please back it up on Travis Pryor and see what happened.
Alright, Sean, we are going to pull up the Dre Broadcasting Instant Replay here, focusing on Travis Pryor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are still green flag racing here, as it looks like he goes through the long stretch, but you know what? He does a good job of getting that car under control here. Looks like maybe a bad hook there between him and Don Kidder Jr., as they were trying to make that push on the inside, but good job there. Good wheeling by the 81 of Travis Pryor, but unfortunately, that is going to get him out of the draft. The caution is now out.
Oh, Dave, the 10 of Caleb Daniels was involved in this one. Oh, we have some drivers flying on the track. 19 Andy Starcher, 45 of Jules Jr. Holy cow. Let's back it up with 19 of Andy Starcher, actually the 45 of Thomas Jules, and see what happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but man, that caused a huge wreck. Let's take a look here, see if we can pick it up on the blimp. Get a good wide-angle shot of exactly what happened. Jowers on the inside, Starcher on the outside. Looks like Starcher was trying to use a little side draft there, but contact was made. The 19 of Andy Starcher. Let's jump in his car and take a little cockpit ride here. As we are now riding here in the car with the 19. He is trying to side draft the 45, coming out of the turn. Oh man, contact, and he is just sent flying down the track. I'm telling you what, that's making me dizzy, Sean. I gotta stop doing that.
I can only imagine, Dave. And ladies and gentlemen, that was exactly what 19 of Andy Starcher was seeing during the whole entire process. And that will be our second driver taking some serious flight here tonight. That is very unfortunate because of that he did blow his motor instantly. And he is on pit road. It looks like he didn't tow it down to pit road. And hopefully, yeah, at this point he still has one of his backup cars, so he should be able to get back out here in no time and challenge these drivers for the race lead. But, you know, he will be going at least 1 or 2 laps down, so he will be racing hard to get back on the lead lap. But back up front, Marty Ray taking over the race lead, 47 of Dirk Staliger second, Brian Wasserman third, Don Kidder Jr. fourth, and 57 Hunter McDaniel in the 5th place spot. So we have the top 15 drivers stayed out, but Gary Robinson, Chris Gillum, Cody McFadden, Brandon Slaw, and Travis Pryor, including Thomas Jowers Jr., Andy Starcher, and Eli Green, all down pit road. but half the field did, or I should say more than half the field, did decide to stay out. And this would be a good time to get a race interview in, so let's focus on the 4 of Michael Snow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined by the 4 of Michael Snow up in the Dre broadcasting booth representing Snow Motorsports. Gonna come up there, Michael.
Yes, sir.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. If I could just get this monkey off my back.
Oh man, I can only imagine. Hey, Michael, in the beginning we noticed you were having some trouble there due to the little incident you were involved in, but you were able to get that machine, get that brand new machine out, and not a single scratch on that beast. But how's the race going despite that?
Well, it's going all right. I mean, we got speed, got lots of speed. If we could just work together here and get a long green flag run. You know, this lone squat Chevy is just rocket ship fast, and I really wish I could get to the front, but every time I start trying to make a push to the front, we wreck and I get caught up in it. So.
Oh man, I can only imagine. It's very unfortunate to hear about that, Mike, but it's very good that you are determined. Despite what the track keeps throwing your way, you have a heavy foot, you keep your heavy foot, and you are headed towards the front. And you work with anybody here tonight? Because it's all about teamwork, for the most part.
Yeah, it's all about teamwork with everyone else on the track, man. We got to communicate, and it's a long race, and in my personal opinion, I think we're pushing it a little as far as people making moves, but that's the way they want to race, so I just got to adapt my race to it, and hopefully I come out on top.
Oh, 10-4, buddy, and that is the spirit. That is exactly what we like to hear. And Michael, you are rocking the paint scheme of a lifetime. That is a well-dressed machine. And we have one of your biggest fans in the chat, NASCAR Painter. Tell us about your paint scheme.
Yeah, NASCAR Painter is, he does all of my paint schemes for all of my cars. My car included for the Lone Squatch Off-Road Club. Go ahead and give them a shout out on Facebook, NASCAR Painter as well. You know, they work really hard to give me all the support that they can throughout this series.
Almost definitely. That is NASCAR Painter on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. You see that masterpiece of the that paint scheme on Michael Snow's machine. That's well dressed. So if you guys would like to get a paint scheme like that, that's NASCAR Painter on Facebook. Well, Michael, you are determined, man, to get the job done, so we look forward to seeing you in victory lane. Things will pick up, and they are picking up slowly but surely, and you are definitely getting there. You have come a long way already. I look forward to see the determination of yours get nothing but higher, and hopefully you burst that bubble and get to the front here before too long. Well, buddy, good luck to you, and make us proud as usual.
Alright, thanks, guys. Take it easy.
And that was the 4 of Michael Snow representing Snow Motorsports. He is working with the 88 of Brandon Slaw here tonight as his teammate. So a 2-man team against the rest of the field here tonight in the Pro Can-Am Series for the Freds Pharmacy 250, which is round number 11 of the Extreme Motorsports Pro Can-Am Series, brought to you by iRacing Broadcast Overlay and Graphics. And we are now 1-2 green this time by being led by Marty Ray. The help of 72 of Brian Wasserman. On the outside is Dirk Staliker being pushed by the 03, or who will be being pushed by the 03 of Don Cater Jr. And at this point, like I talked about, more than half the field decided to stay out. Actually, now scratch that, they ended up pitting in a lap after I said it. So the top 12 drivers did stay out and have over 12 laps on their tanks, while everybody else has less than 5. So if this thing goes green, that will make things very interesting when it comes down to pit strategies. But at this point, I believe we might have one more. Yeah, we do need one more required pit. We need one more required pit stop in order for the drivers to be successful here tonight, making the remainder of the race. We have 42 laps remaining here, lap number 39. So the race is still young. A lot needs to be done. So fingers crossed for the drivers here, and the drivers getting buttoned nice and tight, going green this time. And Ralph Vanderforst, Mr. Highside himself, has finally made his first appearance in the top 10, Dave, from 27th place to 7th, including the 5 of Gary Woolbot from 20th place to 9th.
Yep, These guys are moving, but they're getting ready to go green flag racing, so they got their game face on right now.
Yep, an exiting turn 4 this time by drivers, getting by some nice and tight, trying their best not to get caught sleeping, because that could be costly, it could be deadly, could cause a big pileup behind you. But so far the drivers are alert. 03 Kidder Jr. keeping a safe distance between him and the 47 of Dirk Staliker. The green flag flies. Wasserman all low of 6'5 of Marty Ray. Actually not quite. Hunter McDonough behind 72 of Brian Wasserman, pushing him against the 6'5 of Marty Ray here before turn 1 on the outside. 03 Kidder Jr. is good at better start than the inside line did and is behind 47 of Dirk Staliker, but the shifting difference does definitely separate them, but they just might end up getting hooked up before the exit or after the exit of turn number 2. Rick Mason here being shown third person on the outside behind the 03 of Kidder Jr. and ahead of the 11 of Ken Ladd. Ken Ladd going 3 wide, solo.
I don't know if that's a good move, but we're about to find out, Sean.
Oh, we are about to find out. You have some a good idea, especially when you don't have a run, and 11 of Ken Ladd has finally... Oh, he's fallen back in line because he decided, he realized he wasn't really going anywhere due to not having enough assistance on the outside line just yet. But he seems to be still peeking his nose out there, Dave. Something tells me he's trying to talk 18 of Mason into getting the outside line to work.
Hey, Sean, remember a conversation we were having during the commercial break? Take a look at the YouTube chat. We got Bandit Trucking out there saying Sean is a motor mouth tonight. I think that's who we were talking about during the commercial break, ain't it?
Absolutely. And Bandit Racing, very good to see you there, buddy.
But these guys are now double foul here. Ken Ladd still trying that outside by himself. No, he has gotten a little bit of help there. Looks like the 57 Hunter McDaniel is going to jump up there and give him a hand. But they are falling off pace here as we are got a new race leader, Dirk Staliker. Caution is out at halfway. And that looks like the 31 of Andrew Riley is going to be involved in that. So we are just going to have to go back here on the Dre broadcast and replay. Take a look here. See exactly what happened. I think maybe it might have happened up in front of him. Yes, I think that was going to have Cody McFadden. So let's focus here on Cody and see if we can see what happened. Looked like the 45 and the 36 door checked each other. And just a big wreck here in the back. Let's take a look at the blimp here, see if we can get a good wide-angle shot of it. Wow, Cody McFadden, or the 19 of Andy Starcher going for a ride. Well, I'll tell you what, the fans enjoy it, so let's give it to them. Let's go on the in-car here with the 19 of Andy Starcher, see what it looked like from his point of view when he went flying. Wow, that was a violent roll.
And Dave, that marks flight number 2 of the 19 of Andy Starcher here in tonight's race. That's very unfortunate indeed. And both times he ended up blowing his motor. So he will be going down pit road once again. Hopefully he still has the last backup car so he can be able to get back out here and stay competitive with everybody else. Also involved in that was 36 of Jason Eisenhower. Jason is having a very, very rough night tonight. It's very, very sad to see, but it's very good to see how much determination he has, that he keeps staying on the track, hoping for a better race and just pretty much keeping his head high. And it definitely does pay off in the long run. And going back up front, 11 of Ken Ladd, new race leader. Brian Wasserman second, Hunter McDaniel third, Garrett Robinson fourth, and Travis Pryor in the 5th place spot. And we have more than half the field down pit road. 03 Don Kidder Jr. We have Marty Ray, Rick Mason, Ralph Vanderforst, David White, Gary Woolbot, Michael Snow, Timothy McBrayer, Chris Gillum, Adam Eisenhower, and Cody McFadden. All down pit road this time by getting some service on these machines.
Well, it looks like Andy Starcher's wanting to fly. I think he may have his pilot's license after this race.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it one bit. He's gotten a lot of practice out here. That definitely is going to apply to the hours that are required for the in order to become a pilot. But we'll check in with him before the race ends, just to make sure everything is going well, and hopefully his race definitely picks up here before it ends. And Eli Green is being shown on pit road in 25th place, 2 laps down. And something happened to Carter McFadden, Dave. He has been on pit road for the longest time at this point, and is being shown 1 lap down in 22nd place. Oh, look like his machine is now back to life. He got a brand new one, 4 tires, full tank of gas, and off pit road he goes. So he will be still racing as hard as he can to get back on the lead lap, because last time he was already a lap down. He got his lap back the hard way, but again got caught up in some stuff. It is now back 1 lap down, so we're going to be seeing him racing extra hard to get that lap back. But up front, Ken Ladd still leading, Brian Wasserman 2nd, Hunter McDaniel 3rd, Gary Robinson 4th, and Travis Pryor in the 5th place spot.
Yep, good to see Travis Pryor now back in the top 5, but here's the game plan. Top 2 guys, Ken Ladd, 13 laps on his tires. Brian Wasserman, 18 laps. Hunter McDaniel, 18 laps. Travis Pryor, Garrett Robinson, and Brandon Slow, 7 laps. Tommy Amassi, now 6 laps, but everybody else behind him has got 2 laps.
Yep, it makes me question the strategies of the top 3 drivers, Ken Ladd, Wasserman, and McDaniel, but they do know what they're doing. I mean, they do know what they're doing, but if a caution does not come out here in the next few laps, they will be at a very, very big disadvantage, and are going to have no choice but to pit in. But something tells me, I'm not sure if I should really say this, but maybe the drivers who just pitted in, Dave, should be able to make it the remainder of the way. But don't hold me against that just yet.
37 laps to go. We'll have about 35 when we take the green. 210 mile an hour. I'm going to probably elect to say I don't think they're going to be able to make it, Sean.
Yeah, I kind of see where you're coming from, yeah. If anything, they will most likely need a splash. Because when it comes to the trucks, we notice when they have 50% fuel limit, the pit window is in between laps number 20 through 25. But I'm not sure how these tanks compare to the trucks. So it's very, very difficult to compare between the two. But we'll find out one way or another. And wish these drivers the best of luck. And we might be coming to 1 to green this time by. But if not, we will be having one more race interview with one of the drivers on the track. And at this point, Dave, we have, let's see, 18 drivers on the lead lap. 36, Jason Eisenhower, Carter McFadden, Thomas Jowers Jr., Christopher Smith, and Adam Eisenhower being shown 1 lap down, all going to be racing for the Lucky Dog, so it's going to make things extra interesting. And Caleb Daniels, Eli Green, Andy Starcher, all being shown 2 laps down. And Andrew Riley still going nice and strong after having some bad luck early on. He had an unscheduled pit stop with on only lap number 2, and because of that he lost a lot of time, a lot of spots, all the spots, and pretty much all his laps. So hopefully this race picks up for him and he's able to get all his laps back before too long. But going back up front, we are back 1 to green, so the driver's getting by some nice and tight. 11 of Ken Ladd being pushed by the 57 Hunter McDaniel, or will be being pushed by Hunter. On the outside, 72 of Brian Wasserman with the help of the 97 of Garrett Robinson. Top 4, respectively.
Yep, we are back to 1 to green next time around. So we are going to go green with 35 laps to go. I got people in the chat telling me not to give them a math quiz tonight, Sean. What do you think? Do you think we should make all the viewers give them a math quiz here at the end of the race?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's do it.
Man, you're getting picked on in that chat, Sean. Bandit is calling you out.
Good to see that, Bandit. Oh, that is Chris Voiles. Took me a while to realize who he was, but that is Chris Voiles from the Truck Series.
Yep, says he won't let you make fuel calls in max velocity, so... Well, looks like you're not a very good crew chief. But, back to the race. We are now coming out of turn number 4. Getting ready to go green flag racing once again here at the Fred's Pharmacy 250. Ken Ladd leading the field. Brian Wasserman on the outside. Hunter McDaniel, Garrett Robinson, 2nd row. Travis Pryor, Brandon Slow, 3rd row. As the pace car now dips off. Ken Ladd keeping him at pace speed. When is he going to go? Looks like he is hard on the throttle. Is he and the... Hunter McDaniel there get a good jump on the rest of the field.
Yep, this restart will really spread out this field. The drivers will try and bunch up together for a common good, trying their best to catch up to each other, or the leaders at this point. And 97 Robinson's trying to fall back in line, but not clear just yet. He decided to stay high. He develops a run somehow. Behind him will be the 88. Brandon Slaw, the 88 machine, trying its best to make its first appearance here in the top 3 on the podium. Oh, they almost make contact after 97 Robinson goes up the track to avoid making contact with the 11 of Ken Ladd and Hunter McDaniel. No harm done. We do stay green, not a single scratch on any of those machines or either of those machines. And Brandon Slow finally caught up the back bumper of 97 of Gary Robinson, but the inside line so far seems to be propelling past the outside as we speak. And 47 of Dirk Talladega, 4th place on the outside line behind the 55 or 65 of Marty Ray. And there's a little bit of an interesting fact about the truck series. We have some drivers who race the truck series and the Pro Can-Am series, like we have talked about here all season long, and some drivers who are locked into the chase already. Travis Pryor, Marty Ray, Ken Ladd himself, Gary Woolbot, all locked into the chase. So congratulations to these drivers who are racing Pro Can-Am series and truck series and found themselves locked into the chase, despite everything they might have gone through all season long. That is very impressive.
Yeah, most definitely. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night, guys. We will be back with the Extreme Motorsports Camping World Truck Series here on Dre Broadcasting Network. So make sure you tune in also tomorrow, because you'll see a lot of these same drivers here in the K&N series tomorrow night in the truck series.
Absolutely, and comparing these machines to the Camping World trucks, the Camping World trucks do seem to. Oh, Nathan Robinson goes up the track into the wall. Might have been some bad netcode. His machine just snapped to the right. Oh man, not sure exactly what happened, but Dave, okay, let's back it up on Garrett and see what happened.
Well, as I pull up the Dre Broadcasting Instant Replay, we are going to focus on the 97 of Garrett Robinson. Let's see if we can see exactly what happened here. As I am going to rewind it. He has got the 88 of Slow behind him. Travis Pryor down underneath. Yeah, that was a bad case of netcode. Those drivers weren't even near. But he gets up into the outside wall. He keeps it against the wall. Everybody is able to get around him. And we are going to remain Green Flag Racing.
Oh man, that definitely could have been worse. A great save by 97 of Garrett Robinson. But very unfortunate indeed for that it had happened to him. As we speak, he is trying his best to get back up to speed. Well, he is back up to speed, but he has lost all draft. He is out of every single draft range so far. The machine has seen better days. Left side damage, right side damage. But he is still determined, hoping for a caution. He's desperately need for a caution at this point. And going back up front here, still being led by the 11 of Ken Ladd. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you guys a special treat. We have to crank it up, Cam. So, Dave, please, give it to us.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Crank It Up Cam. Look at Pat T out there. She said they are moving. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. These cars are doing over 200 mile an hour. We are currently being led by the 11 of Ken Ladd. Hunter McDaniel second. Brandon Slow, leader on the outside, running in third, but he is making a push. He's got Marty Ray. He's got Derek Stalliker right behind him. Or Dirk Stalliker, I'm sorry. They are trying to make a push on the outside. Just not enough cars that don't look like there, Sean.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it so far. And unfortunately, we had some contact a couple of laps, two laps ago. It involved a 6 of Adam Eisenhower, Andrew Riley, and also the 11 of actually the 19 of Andy Starcher. So those drivers are getting towed down a pit road. One of the drivers has actually retired early for the night. 31 of Andrew Riley. Very unfortunate indeed for him, but look forward to seeing him again next week for round number 12 at Chicagoland Speedway. But right now, Brandon Slow, yep, leading the outside, the middle lane, being pushed to 65 Marty Ray. Oh man, it was a bad push from the 47. Dirk Stalliker almost got the 65 Marty Ray sideways. It got him swirly, but they were able to keep it under control. Very, very nicely done. And they're actually right on the in-car with the 65 Marty Ray, just so we can see what it takes to be a good pusher at a track like this.
Well, let's pull up the cockpit cam. Let's take a look here what the driver's looking at. See exactly how he's handling that wheel and pushing the 88 Brandon Slow, who's trying to race for the lead right now.
If you do see him very square, and right behind him is the 47 of Dirk Stalliker. He is pushing as well. He was pushing, hooked up. So it was a 3-man push, or I guess a 2-man push on the outside line. The caution flies on lap 55. Oh, we're gonna back up and assume might have been involved.
Well, that is going to involve Eli Green, so we are going to rewind this, focusing on the 13 of Eli Green, as that is our 6th caution of the night. So let's take a look here. Oh, I think it actually happened in front of them. They were running back here in a pack. He was pushing the 64, 36 of Eisenhower. So it looks like it started with him. So let's take a look here and see if we can see what happened. Eisenhower riding by himself, coming out of the turn. I don't know. It just got loose, got down on the apron, and then that back end just kicked around. And he went into the outside wall trying to save it. Right down in front of Cody McFadden and Eli Green, bringing out our 6th caution of the night.
Oh man, very unfortunate indeed, and that gives us our 4th victim of serious flight, and that's going to be the 64 of Cody actually 36 of Jason Eisenhower. Was flipping in every single direction possible here on the track. Very unfortunate indeed. It looks like Jason just got into the brakes a little too hard because he was pitting in, and it upset the machine and pushed it rightward up into the racing surface. And the oncoming traffic did T-bone him, and that was definitely some heavy impact. And Jason is getting towed down to pit road. And I've never seen so much smoke. It's going to be a barbecue on pit road. But going back up front, Brandon Slow taking over the race lead, leading everybody down pit road this time. By now it's official. If everybody pits in this time, they should be able to make it the rest of the way.
Yep, 25 laps to go, so we should see everybody down on pit road. Let me take a look. Yep, all the lead cars. 95 down on pit road, the 97 coming around. Is he going to stay down on pit road? It looks like he's having a little bit of a connection issue there. But yes, he is. He is down on pit road, Sean. All the lead cars down on pit road for their hopefully final pit stop of the night.
Yep, and so far there behind the pace car we have some drivers. We have Caleb Daniels, Thomas Jowers Jr., Christopher Smith, Adam Eisenhower. We also have, well, that's pretty much it. Those 4 drivers are staying out so far behind the pace car, and they are either going to pit in this time by or will stay out and go to get 1 lap back. Well, Adam Eisenhower will be staying out because he just pitted in not too long ago due to being involved in a little bit of carnage during the Crank It Up Cam action. So they will be able to get their laps back and be back on the lead lap. But looking at it right now, let's see. Well, actually, never mind. Adam Eisenhower did not pit in. Adam Eisenhower, Christopher Smith and Jowers Jr. do have 14 laps on their tires, while Caleb Daniels has 20 laps on his tires, 6 laps more than they do. So they still will need to pit in one more time in order for them to be able to make it the full length or the remainder of the way. Now we have 24 laps remaining this far, so it is almost go time, or maybe it is go time for some.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are on our 6th caution of the night. We got 24 laps to go. We are going to go ahead and step away for our final commercial break of the night, as you are watching the Dre Broadcasting Network, as we are bringing you the Extreme Motorsports 99.com K&N Pro Series, sponsored by iBog. iBog, your source for your iRacing, broadcasting, overlays, and graphics. Check them out, ibog.co. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fred's Pharmacy 250 for round number 11 of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro K&N Series, brought to you by iRacing Broadcast Overlay and Graphics iBog. Check them out at ibog.co with Jason Allison. We're going back to the race. We are being led by Hunter McDaniel, Ken Ladd second, Don Kidder Jr. third, Dirk Staliger fourth, and Brian Wasserman rounding up the top 5 this far. We now have 22 laps remaining, 21 laps as soon as we go green on lap number 60. So at this point it is go time. The drivers can make it the rest of the way, and they have less than 5 laps on their tires except for one driver, Dave, and that is the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. So we will find out whether or not Adam Eisenhower will be able to make it. But I have my doubts, but we will find out one way or another. But the pace car dips off as we speak. 11 of Ken Ladd is upping his pace so far, trying to straighten out this field. No, but Hunter McDaniel puts down the floor. He was leading, decided to start on the outside line. 11 of Ken Ladd sees it coming, but not quite on the outside. Dirk Staliger being pushed by the 81. As that's going to be that is the 81 of Travis Pryor behind the 11 of Ken Ladd, and the 03 of Don Kelly Jr. trying to decide whether to push the 81 of Pryor or get around him. He stays high to get around 81. Oh, then wrecking for his own Dirk goes sideways off the track into the grass. Oh man, the green flag will stay out, but if we can, let's please back it up on Dirk Staliker and see what happened. You have great save indeed by Dirk Staliker, but very, very unfortunate indeed, because he has now gone from 2nd place to 19th place here in one lap, losing 17 positions. And up front, Hunter McDonald jumps up high to assist the 81 of Travis Pryor. 2-man push. Oh, scratch a 3-man push. Oh, 3 Kidder Jr. take it in the middle, 3 wide. 81 Pryor left it high and dry on the outside line. He will go from about 3rd place. He's gonna have a chance to go back in line. Nope. 144. Brent Cool is in the mix. 65 Marty Ray is on the inside of 81 Travis Pryor. He will go from about 2nd place to 7th or 10th place here in one lap. Yet the 03 of Kidder Jr. right now is not playing any more games. It is go time for him. He is making his own room. He is making a lot of progress. And so far, he has nobody to push him. 144, Brent Kuo is now catching up to him slowly but surely, getting to his back bumper. As 03 of Kidder Jr. can see him drafting the outside line, trying to get air off their bumpers, so he can be able to slow them down quite a bit. And 144 of Brent Kuo right behind him there in the middle, 3 wide. Hunter McDaniel wants to make his contact with the 144, wrecking it, running slow. Gets spun out sideways. Caution is out on lap 62. Let's back it up on Brandon Slow and see what happened. to 25. Oh, actually, he scratched that. 95, Chris Gillum. Absolutely very unfortunate indeed. But yeah, Brian Wassman here leading 03 Don Kelly Jr. second place, 05 Tommy Massey third, Brent Kuhl fourth, and Ken Ladd in the fifth place position. And so far, let's see, the top, nobody at this point is going to stay out except for the drivers who were involved in the incident. We have Thomas Jowers Jr. down pit road, the 95 of Chris Gillum as well, including Adam Eisenhower down pit road. Yep, Adam was finally able to catch a break, and he's going to be able to make it the remainder of the way when it comes to gas. So he won't be able to. He won't run out. And we have lost one more driver, Chris Gillum, and also 64 of Cody McFadden did retire early. Very unfortunate. And this does give us some time for a race interview. Let's focus on the new driver we didn't get a chance to speak with tonight, the 45 of Thomas Jowers Jr. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined by the new driver, special guest here, the 45 of Thomas Jowers Jr. up here in the Dre Broadcasting booth. Good up there, Thomas.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Just enjoying this race.
Oh, Dan, Paul, glad to hear that. And early on, Thomas, we noticed you had a little bit of bad luck. You were up front and got caught up in some stuff, went to the back of the pack, back up to the front, and now again back to the pack in the 17th place position. But besides that, how's the race been?
It's been fun. It's been fast. Yeah, I dropped to the back at the beginning, hoping to avoid that big one, and then after that, I just got my way to the front real quick, and then got hooked on the right rear, going through the tri-oval, and picked up a good bit of damage. Went a lap down. I've got my lap back now, so I'm going to try to get back up to the front there and see what we can do.
Oh, 10-4, that's the spirit right there. That's exactly what we like to hear. And Thomas, how's the machine handling? We've noticed they've been on the touchy, a little bit too much on the touchy side compared to the usual.
It hasn't been too bad for me. Pushing in the corner is a little hairy. You know, you don't want to push in the corner unless you're absolutely square, but it's been fairly good on my end. I hadn't had a problem with anybody really. Really, it's been a good race.
Oh, most definitely. We've definitely enjoyed seeing you make your first appearance here tonight and doing amazing with your Firebase Racing teammates out there, man. You guys will get the job done. You have been doing an amazing job all night long tonight, and it's not over just yet. And you were able to get back on the lead lap, so that was very, very good to see during the last caution. Well, but any final words before we let you go?
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you dropping in here, and we're gonna go up there and win this thing.
Oh, 10-4, buddy. Well, good luck to you. Well, you don't need the luck, but see you in victory lane, buddy. See you in victory lane.
All right.
And that was the 45 of Thomas Jowers Jr. in 17th place with the Firebase Racing team. The Firebase Racing team just grew. We have Gary Robinson, Christopher Smith, Thomas Jowers, Eli Green, and Caleb Daniels, making it a 5-man team. Nothing can go wrong right there. The draft will be at its strongest. The speed's on the high side, on the highest side possible. So that will be a recipe for good stuff to come out of the Firebase Racing team. And going back up front, we most likely will be coming back to 1 to green this time by. But if not, it will give us some time for one more interview before we go on to green. And ladies and gentlemen, it is go time at this point. We have 16 laps remaining, 15 once we start finish line here in about 2 seconds. So once again, it is go time. Get your popcorn ready, get your drinks ready. It will be a bumpy ride. And make sure you have enough so you can be able to keep up with the action, because it will be wild. And we are now back 1 to green. Yes, we are. Brian Wasserman with the help of 03 John Kidder Jr. on the outside line. 05 Tommy Massey with the help of the 18 of Rick Mason. Look at that, Dave. 05 of Massey has come a long way tonight. He had some bad luck early on. We talked about him early on. He had some bad luck, but he's now back up here. He's making his first appearance actually in the top 3 or the podium, so we won't be getting rid of him anytime soon. 18 of Rick Mason as well on the same page.
Well, Sean, we're going to have 14 laps to go at the drop of the green flag. So we got a 14 lap shootout. Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember, if on lap 76 a flag comes out, that is going to end the race. iRacing does not have a green, white, checkered, or overtime. So these guys got to get on the ball here. Let's see a good green flag run here for the checkered is the pace car. Now bringing them into turn number 3. Ready to go back green flag racing here for the Fred's Pharmacy 250. Brought to you by Extreme Motorsports 99.com. K&N Pro Series sponsored by iBog. So we are getting ready to go back green flag racing. I think I'll take this one away from you, Sean, because them guys are picking on you for talking too much, so I guess I got to do a little talking here. As they at pace car now, bringing them out of turn number 4. So here we go. Back green flag racing. Pace car starts making his way. He is off the racetrack. Race start being controlled by the 72 of Brian Wasserman. 05 Tommy Massey on the outside. There goes Wasserman. He is hard on that throttle. Don Kidder Jr. is caught sleeping a little bit, but he's got Ken Ladd right behind him as we are coming into turn 1, double wide.
Yep, these drivers are now green. 14 laps left here in tonight's race. Hunter McDaniel, 11. Ken Ladd, 18. Rick Mason, 144. Brent Kuo, 05. Tommy Amasi trying to get hooked up with both 18 of Mason and 144 of Kuo. And so far, it is working in his favor. They have finally caught up to his back bumper. Unfortunately, we have lost the 88 of Brandon Slow. Very unfortunate indeed for Brandon, but we look forward to seeing you, buddy, again next week at Chicagoland Speedway for the American Ethno 225. So we should expect to see you there, and hopefully in victory lane, because you are an amazing driver and know how to get the job done. But up front, 03 Don Kidder Jr. jumps up high, dumps 72 of Brian Wassman, trying his best to take over the race lead here on lap 68.
Well, taking a look here, David White running in 9th position, trying to catch up to his lead back. Garrett Robinson back there. Also, 4, Michael Snow. Dirk Stallerker's back here. Also, the 10 of Caleb Davis. We got a big wreck! Big wreck! Caution is out again!
Oh man, you can call this the big junk. 03 Don Kidder involved, 57 Hunter McDaniel involved. It also involved the 11 of Ken Ladd, 81 of Travis Pryor, in 72 Brian Watsman, 4 of Michael Snow. We have a driver smoking heavy, the 47 of Derek Syke, 97 of Garrett Robinson as well. Got a piece of the action. Not even sure who to focus on. On replay, actually, let's focus on the 03 of Don Kidder.
Well, as we're already looking at the replay, contact between the 03 of Don Kidder, the 72, Brian Wasserman. Man, that caused a big junk here. Let's take a look here. We are going to go back to the blimp view, get a good wide angle shot of this. See, we can see exactly what happened. Is there was, like I said, contact between the 03 of Kidder, the 72 of Wasserman. Ken Ladd involved, 65 Marty Ray also involved. A lot of broken cars down there, Sean. Especially with just 12 laps to go right now.
Oh, absolutely. Very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved. And yep, being the biggest wreck we've seen in tonight's race this far. And unfortunately, we have lost 97 of Garrett Robinson. Hope to see this driver back again next week at Chicagoland Speedway after having his second win last week at New Hampshire Speedway. He will bring his A game as usual, and so will everybody else. So it should be an amazing race. But going back up front, we are being led by 05 Tommy Amasi. Rick Mason 2nd, David White 3rd, Ralph Vanderforce back up in 4th place, back up in the top 5. And Travis Pryor being shown 5th. But he most likely is going to be pitting in because he was involved in the wreck that brought out this caution. So Travis Pryor will most likely be going to the back of the pack here before too long. But we should expect to see exactly how things shake out. But Dave, definitely this wreck has really changed things up. It's brought the rear pack runners, or the drivers who were for the back in the pack, up to the front, and everybody who was up front back in the back of the pack.
Yeah, most definitely. Let's take a look at our top 10 right now there, Sean. Tom Massey, the man up front. Rick Mason up into 2nd. David White moving into 3rd. Travis Pryor 4th. Christopher Smith 5th. Gary, well, actually, it's just updating. Thomas Chowers Jr. moving up into 6th. Ralph Vandervorst, as you like to call him, Mr. Highside, up into 7th. Gary Wilbert 8th. Dirk Stallerker now running in 9th position. Actually, it's still kind of updating here, so let me give it just a minute here for it to update. So it looks like Don Kidder Jr. is going to be showed as 10th right now. Thomas Showers 9th. Gary Wilbert 8th. Ralph Vandervorst 7th. Dirk Stallerker 6th. And Christopher Smith 5th. Then up front in the top 4, Travis Pryor, David White, Rick Mason, and Tommy Amasi.
And surprisingly, I talked about how Travis Pryor was most likely going to go down pit road to get the damage fixed, but he is staying out. So maybe it's not as bad as it looks. Looks can be deceiving. So hopefully he's going to be able to keep up with the pace, Dave. But yeah, from the looks of it, the scratches on that machine is seen better days, definitely. Left side is dinged up quite a bit, but we'll find out here before too long. Let's see, we have 11 laps remaining here on lap number 70, so it has been go time. And for the back in the pack, Thomas Jowers and Don Kidder, actually Thomas Jowers being the final driver on the lead lap. 03 Don Kidder being shown 1 lap down, is that right? Actually nope, he's back on the lead lap, so we have only 10 drivers on the lead lap.
Yeah, most definitely. Like I said, like you said, This is going to shake things up because we are going to have right about a 9 to 8 lap shootout. So we are just waiting on the pace car to see when they turn the lights off. So we're going to have an 8 lap sprint here for the checkered flag. Still anybody's ball game. Tommy Massey's leading, but you can't count out the back runners right now like Ralph Vandervoorst, Gary Wolbert, Dirk Staliker. I mean, they definitely got a chance. Even the 81 of Travis Pryor, he's back there in fourth, so he's in a good spot as well.
That was a 48 of Christopher Smith, man. Christopher Smith has kept a very low profile all race long tonight, but he is now up here when it really matters the most, coming towards the end of tonight's race so far, having only 10 laps remaining. And he is being shown 5th after starting in the 15th place position, gaining 10 spots overall. And this does give us some time to get a race interview in, so let's focus on one of the drivers here in the top 10. Let's focus on the 5 of Gary Woolbot. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined by the 5 of Gary Woolbot up here in the Dre broadcasting booth. Good copy there, Gary?
Yeah, I got your copy.
Right in tonight.
Just trying to survive and work my way up here and hopefully get a top 5 at least.
Oh, copy that. That is all you can do. And tonight, Gary, you have been doing an amazing job, man. Staying alive, the most important thing. And you will, at this rate, you will see things through. And hopefully, you have a win. And what we talked about you early on, Gary, about you getting locked into the chase here in the truck series. So I want to congratulate you on that. That was a job well done on your part. Despite what the season had thrown your way, you were able to propel past that. And get yourself locked into the chase. But besides that, man, how's everything going?
Yeah, it's good. It's been a tough, competitive race. Line restrictor plates are always close, and it's definitely been that tonight, but great racing. A lot of good competition, and people running clean this close together, so it's been fun.
Oh, most definitely. Very, very glad to hear that. And Gary, tonight it's been about the teamwork. I didn't really see you working with too many people out there. You're just pretty much working with anybody who gets in front of you.
Yeah, we've been communicating pretty good. We got some people running with me, so it's worked out pretty good, but it's going to be tough for the last 10.
Oh, absolutely. Well, buddy, you have been doing an amazing job this far. Keep up the great work, and congratulations once again on being locked into the chase in the truck series. You are now back 1 to green. Gary, it is go time. We hope to see you in victory lane, and make us proud as usual.
I'll try to make it up there, get on the podium maybe, but thanks.
And that was the 5 of Gary Woolbot, currently 7th place behind 48 of Christopher Smith. But going back up front, we are now back 1 to green, being led by 05 Tommy Amasi. Right behind him on the inside is the 59 of David White. On the outside, 18 Rick Mason, being pushed by the damaged 81 Travis Pryor. Fingers crossed for Travis Pryor. Hopefully he has enough help from behind 48 of Christopher Smith. Oh, actually, Ralph Vandervoorst was high side himself here on this restart. Well, it is go time. Only 10 drivers on the lead lap. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it done. Fingers crossed. At this point, they will rather bring the steering wheel home or the checkered flag home. One of the two, and nothing in between. Let's get it done. And David White as well, from a further investigation, does seem to have a little bit of a ding in his rear end, but not as bad as 81 of Travis Pryor's machine looks. But once again, looks can be deceiving. Exiting turn 4 this time by Pacer is going to be ducking off before too long. The pace car is off. The driver's getting bunched up nice and tight, trying to get caught up. The leader 05 must push down the floor. He does catch the drivers off guard. David White caught sleeping 18. Rick Mason caught sleeping 81. Travis Pryor caught sleeping. But they are now back up to speed, trying to get up to him. And the bad thing about jumping a restart at a super speedway is that you will get freight train if you don't have a teammate behind you. And so far, 59 of David White deciding to stick behind 05 Tommy Massey to push him on the inside line for the back. In fact, Ralph Vandervoorst, 48 of Christopher Smith, still single file behind. Ralph Vandervoorst is the 5 of Gary Woolbot, single file as well.
There goes Ralph Vandervoorst up into the outside lane as he is making a push here. As it looks like the 18 of Rick Mason there getting a good jump. Him and Travis Pryor are going to be able to clear the 05 of Tommy Amasi, taking over the race lead here on lap. Well, Well, we got 8 laps to go, so lap 73 of 80 coming to 7 laps to go here, Sean.
Yep, and so far, Dave, Ralph van der Voort knows he's running out of time, so he is trying to get the outside line to go. But Dave, everybody seems to be wanting to stay on the inside line, and because of that, the outside line is suffering. But luckily not for Ralph van der Voort, he has finally got picked up by some drivers, 5 of Gary Woolbach and the 72 of Brian Wasserman. They will make a 3-car push on the outside line, past the inside line. But so far, they do seem to be losing more time than they are gaining. But they are still generating their run. They are charging up. 03 Don Kidder does jump up to the outside line to get picked up, but then back down to the inside. 45 of Thomas Jowers gets into the 66 of Ralph van der Voort. They make contact, and that does stall the run of Ralph van der Voort and the 5 of Gary Woolbach. The 72 of Brian Wasserman did dump both of the drivers and went back down to the inside line to be behind. That's going to be the 10 of Caleb Daniels, currently in 11th place. And looking at it right now, both Wasserman and Daniels are being shown 2 laps down, so they are racing for position number 11.
Yep, we are 6 laps to go, Sean. Next time around, if a caution comes out after they cross the start-finish line, it's a pretty good chance that we're going to end under caution here. But they are single file. Here comes Don Kidder Jr. He thought about going to the outside. Nope, he is going to stay down on the bottom as we are being led by the 18 of Rick Mason. Travis Pryor right behind him. The 05 Tommy Amassi, David White, Christopher Smith, rounding out your top 5 as they are now making their way out of turn 4, coming to the start-finish line.
Yep, and Don Kidder tonight does seem to be a solo driver. He has been a solo driver all season long. Right behind him, he has a 45 of Jowers coming up. Nope, he's going to be taking 3 wide. They make contact. Almost went from good to bad in a hurry. They get it back up, gathered up. The 45 of Thomas Jowers back in line behind 03 Don Kidder Jr. because of the contact. He lost all his momentum, all his speed. And he will try and back it up and do it all over again with the help of the 10 of Caleb Daniels. But up front, 05 of Master propelling past the 18 of Rick Mason for the race lead.
Yep. Next flag ends the race here, ladies and gentlemen. 5 laps to go as they are now making their way out of turn number 4. Next time by, they will get the 4 to go. 3 wide. 3 wide for the race lead with Tommy Amassi, Don Kidder Jr., and Rick Mason as they are coming across the start-finish 3 wide.
Oh man, the 03 of Don Kidder Jr. did receive the bump of a lifetime. I should say a bump of a lifetime from the 11 of Ken Ladd, who gets into the wall on the outside line. Oh, they wreck behind him. Holy cow, very, very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved. But let's back it up on Ken Ladd and see what happened.
As we go back here, focusing on the 11 of Ken Ladd. That is going to end the race, unfortunately. But let's take a look here, focusing on the 11 of Ken Ladd. Gets a little squirrely, gets up into the outside wall. Actually, that wasn't with Ken Ladd. That looked like it started down with the 59 of David White. So let's take a rewind here as soon as I can find him. Take a look here at the 59 of David White. See if we can see what happened down on bottom there. Oh, he got onto the apron and then contact with the Dirk Staliker up into Ken Ladd into the wall, and that is going to end the race, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah, very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved in that. And Ken Ladd was definitely doing some war riding on the fence there. But once again, very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved, and this will end the race under caution, ladies and gentlemen. It looks good for the 05 of Tommy Amassi. We have Rick Mason 2nd, Don Kidder Jr. 3rd, Thomas Jowers Jr. 4th, and Travis Pryor in the 5th place spot. That is first through fifth, respectively. And Dave, I stand corrected. 81 of Travis Pryor talked about how the damage looked very bad during the last restart, but he definitely has proven us wrong, and he has proven to us that looks can be deceiving. He is in the top 5.
Yeah, it was a great race here. Looks like the 05 Tommy Amassi is going to come away to win tonight here. As he is getting ready to cross the start-finish line behind the pace car, giving us 2 laps to go. Next time around, he will be getting the white flag. So good job there to the 05 of Tommy Amassi, as he is going to walk away here from Fred's Pharmacy 250 at Talladega Super Speedway with the win.
Yep, and this win does give Tommy Amassi his first win of the season. Very impressive. And what a heck of a track to get the first win at here at Talladega. Everyone was working against him, but he was able to propel despite that. He had some bad luck early on. Went from 19th place to 1st place and having his first win of the season. We have some drivers getting the waiver on the pace car. 59 of David White. Watch, he scratched that. The 10 of Caleb Daniels gets 1 lap back this time by back to 1 lap down from 2 laps down here with only 2 laps remaining. Great job by Caleb Daniels. He had a rough night tonight, but he still was determined to get the job done regardless. And ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you guys enjoyed the show here tonight by the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro Can-Am Series, the Fred's Pharmacy 250. We definitely did enjoy bringing it to you guys live. We do thank you for you being active in the chat and rooting on these drivers, cheering on these drivers, and giving them extra motivation to get the job done. We are coming up to the white flag here before too long. And this Dave is going to give us, let's see, 8 drivers finishing on the lead lap. We're going to have Caleb Daniels, David White, Dirk Staliker. These 3 drivers will be finishing 1 lap down, 9th through 11th respectively. Marty Ray, Ken Ladd, Hunter McDaniel, Brian Wasserman, Adam Eisenhower. All these guys will be finishing 2 to 3 laps down, unfortunately. Brent Kuhl, we have Gary Robinson, Michael Snow, Chris Gillum, Brandon Slaw, Timothy McBrayer, Cody McFadden, Eli Green, Jason Eisenhower, Andy Starcher, Andrew Riley, and that's pretty much it. And these guys will be running up the rest of the field here. They had a rough night. This is Talladega, and once those big wrecks happen, you won't be able. The chances of you avoiding them when you're that close to them are very, very low, very, very slim. But these drivers definitely did really prove us wrong when it came to competition. They were going 3 wide, almost saw some 4 wide early on. But it's definitely amazing seeing all this side-by-side action going on. In the next race is going to be tomorrow, next week, actually, with the Pro Can-Am Series. Round number 12 at Chicagoland Speedway, the American Ethanol 225 at Chicagoland. That's a very, very good track that will bring the best competition out of all the drivers. The next race, once again, tomorrow night, the Chase race number 1 with the Extreme Motorsports 99 Truck Series, the Fred's Pharmacy 250 at the exact same track, Talladega. And Dave, the good thing about the trucks being here at Talladega is that they do seem to draft well or better than the Can-Am cars, so which will mean a lot more bump draft action and more teamwork than we saw here tonight.
Yeah, most definitely so. Look forward to it. I look forward to the rest of the season with these guys. Tell you what, Sean, just watching from the first time these guys raced, the first race of the season to now, you can definitely see how all these drivers matured and definitely got used to driving with one another. Look forward to seeing all these drivers as they work through their career here at Extreme Motorsports, moving up into the trucks, then the Xfinity, and then eventually the Cup Series.
Oh, absolutely. It has been amazing. It has been very amazing. It's been an honor, actually, seeing these drivers grow, getting to know all these new names. They're not new anymore, but they were in the beginning of the season, most of them at least. But absolutely, we have gotten to know these drivers very well. And with that said, they all have what it takes to advance into the Truck Series, to advance to the Xfinity Series, and also the Cup Series with the big boys on Thursday night. Well, we are coming up to the start-finish line this time by, ladies and gentlemen. This ends the race. And 05, Tommy Amasi brings this thing home for his first win of the season, unchallenged at 80 miles an hour. Tommy Amasi, Rick Mason, Don Kidder Jr., Thomas Jowers Jr., and Travis Pryor, 1st through 5th, respectively. Well, we will be interviewing the top 3 drivers, Amasi, Mason, and Kidder Jr., so please stay tuned.
Will this race still be showing tomorrow?
Absolutely, Rick, it will. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined by the top 3 drivers, 05 Tommy Amasi, 18 Rick Mason, 03 Don Kidder Jr., and a special guest, the 48 of Christopher Smith. Well, we'll start with tonight's race winner having his first win of the season. Despite everything bad that the track threw his way, he was able to get around it and keep his foot down the floor, having his heavy foot. That's the 05 of Amasi. You got a cup there, Tommy?
Yeah, I'm here. I appreciate it. I am here.
Oh, Ted. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
Yeah, it was a heck of a battle. I really didn't think I got it. I really thought the 18 had passed me on to the line there.
Yep, it was very, very close between you guys before the caution came out, but yep, you did actually lead by a slight nose, which gave you your first win this season. And Tommy, in the beginning, we noticed you had a little bit of bad luck, man. You went from mid-pack back to the back of the pack after having some bad luck, but then made your way up to the front, which seemed to be you made your way up to the front as a solo driver. How were you able to pull that off?
Yeah, at the beginning, I got caught up in a really big one of the big ones, and had to use fast repair. Got the car fixed. Decided to be a little conservative and run around in the back for a while, and then there was a late race caution, and I didn't pit, so that's how I got my track positions.
Oh, 10 for that perfect fuel pit strategy. Definitely has worked out in your favor tonight, giving you your first win of the season once again. And Tommy, we have seen you grow all season long. It has been amazing. And so far in points, you are being shown currently 10th. Still in the top 10 in points, and you have been in top 10 for the longest time this season. I want to commend you on that. Well, buddy, next we're going to be shifting gears, going from Super Speedway to a different track, Chicagoland Speedway. What do you think you have to change to increase the chances or to make history repeat itself like tonight?
Oh, I'm gonna need to practice some for that track. That's a tougher track. This track here is plate track. It's more anybody can win, and obviously I pulled it off and won the race tonight. I got to run with the guys in the group that we're in the group for in the lobby that we race with, and we nicknamed ourselves Team Misfits, and I got to appreciate all them guys in there, helping me out the last few laps and kind of spotting for me.
We want to commend you and your teammates here tonight for making your win possible here this season. Very, very impressive. I look forward to seeing you once again next week at Chicagoland Speedway. Oh, but before we let you go in final words.
No, appreciate it. I'm still trying, take it all in. It's hard to believe that I won the race, but it is what it is, and I really do want to go celebrate.
Oh, I hear you all, buddy. You earned it, and look forward to seeing you again next week at Chicagoland, and go celebrate. You earned it.
All right, thank you.
That was the 05 Tommy Amasi, first-time winner in the Pro Can-N Series this season. But right behind him is a driver we actually spoke to early on in the race, the 18 of Rick Mason. Come up there, Rick. Rick Mason, you got a copy there, buddy? Oh, unfortunately, we're having some communication problems with the 18 of Rick Mason. But we'll try one more time before we close off. Our next in line is the not-so-lucky driver. He had some trouble early on in the race as well, but was able to still gain 20 spots overall. 03 Don Kidder Jr. Good up there, Don?
Yeah, Sean. How you doing, brother?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. You and Dave doing good tonight?
Oh, man, we are doing great. Thank you for asking. And, man, that was a heck of a race on your part tonight, Don. We noticed the odds were against you all season long, man. You've worked as a solo driver, but tonight you seem to have the 19. You seem to have had the 19 of Andy Starcher with you, but he got wrecked out early on, which left it all up to you. Notice you were trying your best to make it work on your own, but everybody seemed to be working against you. How were you able to go through that?
I'll have to first and foremost thank iBog for sponsoring their series and Dre TV for all that they do here and ExtremeMotorsports99.com and my spotter John Houston tonight. Basically tonight, as you've seen, I had to go 3 wide and break some of them teams up and pull a few drivers with me. Yeah, my teammate, he did have a little bit of trouble early on in the race. Good analogy there, and I was just very fortunate to be able to pull it off.
And the most important thing, Don, was that you were very determined, and that definitely did show here tonight, and it did work with you. gaining 20 spots overall, going from 23rd to 3rd. That is very, very commendable. And despite what you went through tonight, you were still able to succeed as usual. You know, you had a rough race last week at New Hampshire there towards the very end, entering, I believe that was turn number 2. But tonight you definitely have brought your A game and finishing the podium finish, which is very, very nice to see. Well, we're going to be shifting gears next week. Don, we'll be going to Chicagoland Speedway, a driver's track. What do you think needs to be done from you or your team in order to be successful there?
I just think we just need to come with our A game. I think a lot of the teams here at the end of the season, the closer we get to the end, the points are just counting up and everybody's just driving harder. But like I said, we got an outstanding group of guys here, great community here at Extreme, and I really appreciate being a part of.
Absolutely, and we also want to thank you guys for having Dre Broadcasting aboard the action train here with the Extreme Motorsports 99. It's been a pleasure, and we look forward to more races here and meeting new faces. Of course, we just keep seeing new faces with every single race. Just goes to show how great Extreme Motorsports is. It does definitely attract the right people, and the racing gets nothing but better with every single race. Well, Don, before we let you go, any final words?
Yes, I'd like to thank my wife for her support, T, and I know she's watching. We brought it home, at least the podium this week.
Well, congratulations, Don Kidder, on your success tonight, and we also commend you and your teammates. And look forward to seeing you again next week at Chicagoland Speedway. Have a good night, buddy, and go celebrate.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And that was 03 Don Kidder Jr., but right behind him, special guest 48 of Christopher Smith, who kept a low profile for the longest time possible here in tonight's race. Get a cup there, Chris?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing good, doing good.
Well, Chris, tonight you put in a heck of a show, man. You kept a low profile all race long. You did start in the 15th place position, and bringing it home here tonight in the 6th place spot. Very, very impressive. How were you able to succeed tonight despite all the negative stuff you had to jump over?
Man, we had a time. I didn't know there for a while if we were going to make it. You know, we got caught up in that first caution and had to tow in, got 2 laps down. I just stayed patient back there, and I got a little lucky with the rest of the wrecks that I was able to make it through the rest of them clean. Never really got any more damage, so I bided my time back there and raced everybody clean, tried to give everybody some room, and finally got my laps back and got the lucky dog twice, and that helped me out to get on the lead lap there so I could make a run forward at the end.
Oh, Chris, that is very, very commendable, man. You were 2 laps down. You know, being 2 laps down is very discouraging, but you were able to still keep your head high, see the bigger picture, get your laps back, and finish in the top 10, just right below the top 5. That was very, very impressive. I also want to commend you on your determination and success tonight. It was nice seeing you race here. And next week, buddy, we'll be shifting gears, going to Chicagoland. What should we expect to see from you at Chicago?
I got a lot of practice to do this week. I know that's kind of a driver's track. It's a little different than here. You don't depend on everybody else as much there as you do here. So I got a lot of practice to do, but we're going to hit it hard this week, and you can expect to see us up front next week.
Oh, 10-4, and that is something for us to look forward to. That's exactly what we like to hear. And the viewers out there too in the chat. And Chris, once again, congratulations on your success tonight. Despite all your hardships, you're able to endure that and finish in the top 10. We look forward to seeing you again next race at Chicagoland. Any final words, buddy, before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to thank Dre Broadcasting. Y'all guys do a great job. Want to thank Extreme Motorsports 99, iBog. Man, these guys are great. I have thoroughly enjoyed every moment racing with these guys. I've had a blast. I appreciate all y'all do.
Well, congratulations, Chris, on your success once again, and we do thank you for the kind words, and we look forward to seeing you again next race at Chicagoland. Have a good night, buddy, and go celebrate.
10-4, y'all have a good night.
And that was 48 of Christopher Smith, but now we're going to back it up, back to second place driver. We didn't have a chance to get a word in with him. That's 18 of Rick Mason. You get a cup there, Rick? Oh, I see your mic keying up, but I can't hear. Yeah, still nothing, unfortunately. Oh man, very impressive indeed for Rick Mason. But man, you had an amazing race, and we had a chance to speak with you early on. He definitely did pay off. He finished in 2nd place after starting in the 12th place spot, gaining 10 positions overall, and that is very commendable. And this is your highest finish this season. And we look forward to seeing you again next week at Chicagoland Speedway, buddy. Yep, and that was 18 Rick Mason. We're gonna try and get a word in with him, catch up on the interview next week. Hopefully by then we're gonna have our communication problems fixed, so we can be able to get a word in with him. Well, that rounds up the interviews. All 5 Tommy Massey, Rick Mason, Don Kerry Jr., and 48 of Christopher Smith. Dave, that was a heck of a race. I'm pretty sure a lot of broken hearts out there, only having 8 drivers finishing on the lead lap. So much hard racing going on. That's exactly what we get towards the end of the season, close to the end of the season, past the halfway mark. This was round number 11 of 15. So the drivers definitely trying to make the most of the remainder of the season, trying to get the most points possible in order to be successful before the season comes to a close. But Dave, any final words? Any thoughts?
Well, it was a great race. I'm just astonished, as I said earlier, these guys, watching them start from the beginning of the season to where they are now. Just overall great group of guys, great league here. Ladies and gentlemen, if it's something you're interested in, check these guys out at ExtremeMotorsports99.com.
Absolutely, and thank you for joining us once again, ladies and gentlemen, for the Fred's Pharmacy 250. This was round number 11 of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro K&N Series, brought to you by iRacing Broadcast Overlay and Graphics iBog. Check them out at ibog.co. Well, tomorrow night as well have the same track, different series, Extreme Motorsports 99, but it's going to be the truck series right here at Talladega Super Speedway with the trucks once again for the Fred's Pharmacy 250 as well, for chase race number 1. So in that one, the stakes are a lot higher, drivers racing for the chase, so it will make things extra interesting. Bring a popcorn, bring extra popcorn than you did here tonight, and extra refreshment, so you guys can be able to keep up with the action. So much teamwork going on, but they will still be racing for the championship. At the same time, they will be still trying to win the race. The next broadcast with the Pro K&N Series is going to be next week's Monday, same time, American Ethanol 225 at Chicagoland Speedway for round number 12 of 15. I am Sean Zulu, and Dave Everly behind the cameras. And if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed what you saw tonight. We do broadcast 6 nights a week, different tracks, different machines, different drivers. Everything's different except for the excitement. It stays nothing but high and gets nothing but higher with every single race. Once again, I'm Sean Zulu and Dave Everly behind the cameras, and we look forward to seeing you again next race. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.